Hello. Yes, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. Today is 17th of March. So this webinar basically just an analysis. We want to look at what we expect to be happening on various charts. I want us to look at two main instruments. I want us to look at gold, and I also want us to look at Brent oil. So the reason I'm choosing the two is because I simply just like them. I just wanted to see exactly what do we expect to be happening on those symbols. So I'll start off with gold and I'll look at it from the week monthly point of view first before I look at any other chart. So if you have if you have data from the past, let me see if I can open an account, just a classic account, and see if I can retrieve the past records for this one. Just a second, should be in a minute. So we fetch the chart for gold. So anytime you log into your MP fund, then you're not able to find symbols, the ones you're looking for. Like in our case, we're looking for gold here, it's nowhere to be found. You only need to right click any symbol amongst those that are in the market watch, and then you press show all. Then you can see that the list has now been added. So we'll add this on a screen. Then you see how it looks. So this is basically the data from back in 2000. This is how gold has been rallying so far. What do you expect to be happening? From whatever you're saying, what do you expect to be happening? Do you expect price to continue up, or do you expect price to continue to the lower side? What do you expect to be happening? From what you're seeing now, what do you expect to be happening? All right, so whatever that is, this is what I think should be happening. First, I can see from the year 2000, the price went up, 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 up. It went as high as this level here. This was back. This is in 1919.45. It went as high as this point. Then it pulled back down. This is almost 50% pullback. It pulled back. So let me make the fib levels clearer so that you see what I'm saying. So it pulled back after this momentum, after this massive move to the upper side. The price pulled back 50%, perfectly 50% the amount in gain value with. So after the 50%, it continued up, went up, and even attempted to hit our place here. So as we are speaking now, you can see that the price is upwards. And this is still not upwards until the price has done a clear retracement. This is what I mean by retracement. We have this here. We have a level here. This is like a very good swing low, and this is a swing high. As we are speaking now, you can see that the price has done around 38.2% retracement. So what this means is we may likely see a continuation. We may see price continue to pull back to the lower side. It should not go below 50. As much as we expect a pullback, we expect price to only pull back around 50.0% before it can continue even higher. So if the price can go up to this point, around this line, yeah, around 1559.21, then this will be an ideal place to look for a buy from. So we just want to see what happens. We are basically just sitting waiting. We want to see how the price reacts to that level. If it gets to that point but does not clearly break and close below it, then that will be a good place where we want to look for a buy from. But if the price goes below it, then the next level I want us to focus on is around 61.8% fib level. So that's like the next ideal place where if the price fails to bounce off from 58.0, then the next place to look for price is around 61.8% fib level. I hope that makes some sense. So the other thing, if we leave this aside, if we leave gold as, if you leave the fib levels aside, there is this level here. We have a level here. We have a resistance. We have this, a resistance. And then we have this here, a support. And then we have a resistance here. And then we have this. So you can see that this candle actually attempted to break beyond this level. It came back down and even broke below. So as we are speaking now, the price is below 1784.77. So this is not an indication that we are now going to the lower side. No, this is not an indication. It may be that the price is going down to fetch the correct momentum to break above this zone here. So that's why I was saying wait for price around 61.8% fib level, around 50.0% fib level, so that you pick a buy position, which means if the current month's candle can extend down maybe up to around this point here, then this will be a good place to look for a buy from. Or if the price breaks beyond the two lines, then we want to see a pullback before the price can continue to the upside. This is what may likely happen. So this will give us the ideal place to look for a buy from. If you are on this chart now, then that's the same place where we'll be waiting for a trade from. We want to see price attempt to break again above the same place. If that happens, then that will mean we are now continuing to the upper side. If the price ascends above the two zones which are from the upper zones, then those are going to be the correct places where we'd like to look for a trade from. So that's according to the monthly chart. Let's look at the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart, looks like we are still bearish. The price is still downwards, but this remains to be a very significant level. This support here, it remains to be a very good support level even on the weekly. Therefore, if the price can come back to it, then it's going to be our place where we'll be looking for a trade from. We do also have a trend line here. Just some support, some support. Should the price come back to the same trend line, then this will act as a very good support level. So the idea is to buy it around this point or wait and buy it from this level here. If you don't buy it here, wait and buy it below at around 1378.86, 1357.83. So that is it on this chart. I don't want to dwell so much on it. I'd like us to move forward to our next symbol. I want us to look at Brent oil. So Brent oil is here. Brent oil is here. So Brent oil, if you check the monthly chart, these are the monthly look. So this chart, look keenly how I want to draw it. It has very, very interesting things happening on it. First, there is a trend line from the top. There's that trend line. And then other than that, there is another trend line which runs from this point. Yeah. So if you look at the monthly chart, you can see basically that the price is around a very significant trend line. So if the price does not close beyond this line by the end of this month, then this may give us a good place to look for a sell from. Other than that, there is some zone. There is a zone here. This is a very good zone. Yeah. And then you have another one. So don't get pissed off by whatever we are drawing. It's really significant that we look at these levels as they are. That's what will increase our understanding of whatever is happening on this side. So there is also this. There is this here. So look at this chart keenly. If you don't take these drawings as just as normal lines, you're able to see that the chart is actually communicating something to us. Like we do have a trend line which is holding at the very top. We have a trend line which is holding apart from the top, and then we do have a shape here, and then you have a trend line from the bottom. So if the price can come back nicely up to this point, then this should be the ideal place to look for a buy from. So this one here, this will be the correct place where we'd like to look for a buy from. This is going to be the ideal place where we want to look for a buy from. So if you're on Brent oil right now, if you look at the monthly chart, we do expect a sell. That is come next month, especially if the current candle closes, if the current month's candle closes below the inner trend line, then that will give us the ideal place where we want to look for a buy from. Does that make sense? Whatever I'm saying, does it make any sense? All right. So this is my view on the monthly chart. Let's look at the weekly chart. So we'll delete these lines temporarily so that we clean up our chart, because the same levels we have on the monthly may not be the same levels that are there on the weekly chart. So this is how it looks on the weekly. So first we have a horizontal level here. We have horizontal level at this price. Yeah. And then we have this. This is a very good resistance level. It's a very good resistance level. And then you have this. This is a very good support level. And then we have this. So these are some of the few levels on this chart, on the weekly chart, which looks really interesting. So we want to see price pull back nicely up to this point here, so that we can pick a buy from this point. We expect that buy to take price up to around 73.05, where if the price breaks above, then we do expect a continuation to the upper side, at least up to around 85.26. So if you're on this chart now, expect price to break above the two upper red line, immediate red line, 73.05, 71.81. Then the price should pull back after that breakout before we can continue up, at least up to 85.25. So if you're on this chart now, you should keep looking for buy positions, keep looking for buy orders, expect price to continue up to above 73.05. Then it should pull back before we can continue up to around 85.26. So that would mean that we want a buy when the price gets to this point, or when the price bounces off from this point. These are the only few places where if the price can come back up to, then we're going to be looking for a trade. So I hope that should make some sense by now. Those are my opinion on those charts. I would like to stop there until next time. So thank you very much. We meet again next week on Wednesday. So thank you. See you.